Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin. The Karate Kid Legends is the latest film in the Karate Kid franchise and probably, hopefully, the last. When Kung Fu prodigy Li Feng moves to New York City, he draws the ire of a local karate champion. I had no high expectations going into this film. I haven't been a big fan of the Karate Kid franchise since Cobra Kai Season 2. After Netflix kind of took it over, I didn't really care. The Karate Kid franchise has always been this franchise that it was always kind of cringe. And I don't mean like bad cringe. It just knew what it was. And so it kind of played into that gimmick and hype it up. But for me, at times, especially in the Cobra Kai franchise and in the later Karate Kid sequels, they kind of go a little bit overboard with it, where it was like, okay, this is a little bit too much, where this is becoming bad territory. And this movie just does that, but has a story that doesn't make any sense. Here you follow a kid named Lee, who is played by Ben Wong, who is actually probably the best part about the whole entire film, which makes sense. He's our main lead. But I mean the actor. Like, Ben Wong is a fantastic performer in this film. He does all his own stunts. And the fights in this film look really good because he does his own stunts. When there is fighting going on, the movie does have something to offer in that way. But there's very little of it. There's barely anything to actually get from this film when it comes from that, oddly enough. It's very strange. We follow him, who moves to New York after this situation that has happened back in Japan. I think it's Japan, but it doesn't really matter. We follow him, who bumps into this girl who is around the same age, and next you have the Karate Kid romance. I didn't really care about the romance, but it's not like you really do care about the romance in any of the Karate Kid films, besides really the first one. But the problem is that the film doesn't even bother to try, and the film asks you to care, and it's like you don't care, because most of the time the film is focused on Lee training this older wash-up boxer dude to fight so then he can get out of his debt, and somehow Lee gets pulled into this situation where he has to go fight in this, like, I guess this tournament that New York has to get this guy out of debt. And that's the whole entire film, like, majority. And it doesn't make any sense, and Lee doesn't even want anything a part of it. He's just forced into the situation. Not only he's kind of forced to teach this guy, he's forced to fight for this guy. He never once he volunteered to do it, and he kind of accepted it towards the end. It's like, yeah, no, I have to, because there's plot reasons, not only to help the guy, but there's like this haunting past that is happening to him, which I actually did like, and I wish that was the driving force of the film, but it never was. It was just there. It was kind of the only thing of the story I was actually kind of interested in, except they actually, did some things swapping around. They could have had an emotional film here, a very fun Karate Kid movie. But no, instead of that, we got whatever this film is. And the whole Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso stuff is like the last 40 minutes of the film, last 30-ish minutes of the film. It's like he was filming Cobra Kai at the same time, and they're like, hey, you just want to be in a Karate Kid movie? It's not going to make any sense because you live in California, because your character is in California, and Lee's in New York. I don't know. We'll have Jackie Chan know you just for some reason towards the end of the film, and you'll have a big, somewhat impact towards the end of the film for no fucking reason. They try to give all the emotional weight between Lee to Daniel for some reason about him, like, thank you for your teaching, and it's like, what teaching? What is this turning into? Like, why Lee shouldn't really have any formal emotional connection to Daniel. It doesn't make any sense. That should have gone to Jackie Chan for helping him get over his past fear that he just had, or maybe having an emotional connection with this father that he was training throughout this whole entire other of the film that just felt unnecessary. This movie is just a waste of your time. Besides a couple fight scenes, this movie's not really worth it. It just feels generic. It doesn't feel like it has a life of its own or a style of its own. And whenever it seems like it doesn't last barely throughout the whole entire film. this was just a missed opportunity. It doesn't really even mention anything else, especially when you have Jackie Chan and Daniel Russo in the film. There's minor mentions to Cobra Kai. That's kind of all I'm going to go in and saying it about that. But there's no mentions to Jaden Smith. I'm pretty sure Will Smith is a producer on this film too. So it's like, why not mention that one? I don't remember the Karate Kid film at all. I would probably rather watch that over this one because at least that one attempts to try to revamp the franchise in a way. I'm gonna give Karate Kid Legends a D plus. Besides a couple fight scenes and besides Lee being the most interesting part of the film as a character that they set up, but they don't execute anything for the character at all. And the actor for Lee does a great job. I really like him. I hope he gets more stuff from this film. Besides that, this movie is just forgettable, not interesting, tired. It's so generic. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.